Well, hey everyone out there, welcome back to the channel. It's Chris here from JMNC Games, and today we are taking a look at the classic card game, GIN Rummy. Now, this game brings back fond memories of being a kid and spending time with my grandparents and playing the game over and over and over again. Big card-playing family. Now, GIN Rummy, not as old as you'd think. In fact, according to our friends at Wikipedia, the game was created in 1909 by Elwood T. Baker and his son, though it's actually considered to be a variant of other forms of rummy to create a faster version of the standard rummy.
This is a two-player game and uses the standard deck of playing cards, with the king being high and the ace counted as low. The object of the game is to be the first player to reach 100 points, which is usually played over several hands. To start, first fan out the cards like this. Each player selects one card and flips it over. Whoever has the highest card will get to deal first. That player shuffles the cards and deals 10 cards to each player. The remaining cards are left in the center of the playing area. Now turn the top card of the deck and place it face up next to the deck. This will be the discard pile. Now the game is ready to begin. The player who did not deal will go first. They look at their hand and now have the option of selecting the card from the discard pile. If they choose to pick it up, they place it in their hand and must discard another. If they choose not to pick it up, they pass, and the dealer now has the opportunity to do the same. Once this initial play is done, now we get into the regular play of the game. The first player can now either draw the top card from the discard pile or the top card from the deck. They must discard a card from their hand. However, if they drew from the discard pile, it cannot be the same card discarded on that turn. Players are trying to group their cards in either 3 or 4 of the same card together, or a run of cards in the same suit, which the run is at least 3 cards or more. If a player is able to make their whole hand complete, meaning 10 cards being matched together with either runs, matching sets, or a combination of both, they discard their out card face down and announce GIN, and proceed to place down their hand for their opponent to see. This is the best possible outcome for a player in a hand. If a player wins this way, they score 20 points plus the total amount of point cards in the opponent's hand that are not matched. Face cards are worth 10, and numbered cards are worth face value. Aces are always counted as 1. Now there is another way to go out in a hand, and it's called knocking. If a player has no more than 10 points in their hand of unmatched cards, they are able to knock. If they choose to do this, they discard their out card face down and announce knock, and how many points are in the hand that are unmatched. They then lay out their hand for inspection by their opponent. If the player who knocked has less unmatched points in their hand compared to their opponent, then they win the hand. If their opponent has less, then they win the hand. If the player who knocks wins the hand, they score the difference in value between their unmatched points and their opponent's. Whereas if the opponent wins, they score 10 points plus the difference in value between their unmatched points and the player who knocked. Now, if the player who did not knock has the same value of unmatched cards in their hand as the player that knocked, then the player who did not knock will score 10 points. Play will continue this way until the first person to score 100 points. That player is the winner of the game.
And so that's how you play GIN Rummy. Thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions on GIN Rummy, please feel free to drop them down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to answer those as quick as I can. And while you're there, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. We greatly do appreciate that. And if you feel so motivated, head on over to the application Buy Me a Coffee, and you can support the channel directly. Well, now we know the basics, so let's play.